If you're just sitting out there and just thinking about Big Cartel versus Shopify, let's say which one should you go with? This video will actually answer all questions for you. Let me first give you the overview so we have a clear understanding of the conversation we're having, okay? And so I want to first talk to you about Big Cartel on one side and Shopify on the other side. So when you think about Big Cartel and Shopify, those two are hosted online store building tools. In other words, it means what? That they actually run in the cloud and there's nothing to install on your computer. Okay. They have the SaaS model, software as a service model. So you basically pay them every month. And so they'll host everything for you. Okay. So as long as you have access to, let's say, a web browser and the internet, you can actually build and manage your store from anywhere using either platform. Both solutions allow you to sell your products online, take payments from your customers, ship your products around the world, sell products in physical locations, okay? And they both actually have a great job when it comes to e-commerce, not a problem. So when you think about Shopify now, Shopify is a bigger brother here or bigger sister here. When you compare Big Cartel to Shopify, Shopify has more capabilities. Okay, they have a larger balance sheet. They have a larger, I would say, they are more known, they're more popular. Okay, and so when you compare that to Big Cartel has been around for the last nearly 20 years, okay, and they are smaller, okay. You probably have about 100,000 platforms that are using Big Cartel's functionalities compared to nearly 5 million online stores. Think about that. And another thing that's really important to know is that Big Cartel actually is more niche down. So a considerable proportion of Big Cartel's user base consists of artists, photographers, visual artists, jewelers, and makers. It also includes the small businesses focused on selling fashion products such as bags, shoes, and clothing, makeup, music, merchandise, art pieces. So you can see that the niche is more creative, whereas the Shopify is a broader market. By the way, welcome back to the show. It's really a pleasure to have you here. We love having this kind of conversations every now and then, and so it's pretty cool. Make yourself comfortable. And so, long story short, when you think about the overview of BigCommerce versus Shopify, Shopify is big. Shopify customer base is broader. BigCommerce is smaller, and BigCommerce focus more on the creative market. Now, let me talk to you about pricing. Very important to think about pricing. But before I actually talk about pricing, I want to remind you of today's topic. I'm doing a comparative analysis between Big Cartel. I'm comparing and contrasting Big Cartel and Shopify. So when we think about, I want to show you on the screen right now, Big Cartel fees. I want you to look on the screen right now. So Big Cartel, when you really think about Big Cartel, you are thinking about three pricing tiers. So this trifecta revolves around a gold, a platinum, or a diamond pricing tier. Now the gold pricing tier sometimes is referred to as the free ones. Okay, so you're not paying anything every single month. The only problem is you have limitations when it comes to the number of products you can add, and there are also structural limitations that come with it. Honestly, if you really want to go with a Big Cartel, you want to go with a platinum or diamond account. That's what we tell all our clients, by the way. Okay, so now let's move on to the Shopify. So when it comes to Shopify, I want you to look right now on the screen. Here is a pricing for a Shopify. So compared to Big Cartel, which has three pricing tiers, Shopify has 4 to 5. They have the starter, they have the basic, they have the Shopify plan, they have the advanced plan, they have a plus plan. Now, the plus plan is really for larger organizations, or if you have a large store and you really want to have access to the full capabilities of Shopify, then you want to go with the plus plan, okay? And you can reduce your Shopify plan's cost by purchasing an annual plan, and you can get about 20 to 25% discount on your plan fees, okay? On top of that, you have a free trial also. This is really good, okay? And one thing I want to say here is that overall, Shopify has more e-commerce automations. The phone support, I'll speak about the phone support later on, but their phone support is better. Okay, they have third-party shipping rate calculations. Both Big Cartel and Shopify offer professional reporting features, like in terms of analytics. Okay, no matter the plan you're on. Okay, and but so overall, this is great. I want to quickly talk to you about templates and visuals. So let's talk about the quantity, and then I'll speak to you a little one about the quality. Okay, so first quantity and then quality. So it's really important to understand that on Big Cartel, you have about 16 to 20 templates that you can choose from. Now, all those templates are free, nothing complicated, very free. Now, on Shopify, you have about 125 to 200 templates. Okay, so and again, when we talk about 16 versus 200 templates, you can see the delta right there, right? But that delta is not really huge when you think about Wix, which has more than 800 templates. And in comparison, you have a BigCommerce that has 180, and Squarespace is around 175. So the bottom line here is that in terms of quantity, Shopify actually wins over Big Cartel. Now let's talk about the quality. Now the quality here, Big Cartel themes are good overall. They are fully responsive, meaning they will adapt themselves automatically to display nicely on any device, right? Mobile, tablet, desktop, whatever. And there is a reasonable variety across the 16 themes provided. But again, having said that, it's still 16. Okay, 16 compared to 150 or 200. You can see the delta right there. And for Shopify, it's really important to understand that you have the variety. You have of course, Shopify themes are fully responsive. Okay, you have a large range, a large constellation, which means you should be able to find a very professional looking theme for your niche without difficulty. Because again, and many Shopify themes possess really excellent design elements that you will not always find in Big Cartel, including image zoom features for your products, sizing charts for clothing, parallax scrolling effects, video backgrounds, multi-level menus, a wide variety of image galleries, related product displays. Okay, so you do have there the variety, you have the breadth and depth, as well as the granularity in terms of pixelation, in terms of resolution, picture resolution. Okay, so I would say that when it comes to pricing, Big Cartel and Shopify, it really depends on what you're looking for. We have a slight edge for Shopify, but when it comes to templates and visuals, Shopify really wins this process hands down. Let me talk to you now about CMS. Okay, content management system. By the way, boss, I want to quickly remind you of today's topic. We're having a conversation. We're having a quick comparative analysis, comparative study of a Big Cartel and the Shopify. So when you think about content management and interface, Big Cartel versus Shopify here again wins. Now I want to first talk to you about CMS within Big Cartel. Okay, the Big Cartel CMS capability allows you to have access to analytics. You can add products, you can view orders, you can set up discounts, and you can change account settings. Okay, you have a variety of navigation icons. Okay, you are able to access the template designs tools in Big Cartel. This is really cool. You have an advanced drag and drop functionality that you can actually use. You have a template editor. Okay, so you're able to use the Big Cartel CMS for a variety of goals. However, no matter how broad, no matter how quote unquote sophisticated it is, it doesn't reach the level of granularity, the level of value adding that you'll find in Shopify CMS. Okay, with Shopify, you have a lot of tools. Everything from, first of all, they have a drag and drop editor that lets you actually lay out pages using movable content sections and blocks. Okay, and you don't have to know anything about coding. They have a publisher feature that's really great. They have a lot of free themes. Okay, so you are able to import and export content and products in Big Cartel, but also in Shopify. The thing that you need to understand when it comes to CMS is that you got to think about flexibility and user experience. And so when it comes to ease of use, Shopify's CMS is a lot easier to use than the big cartels. When it comes to importing and exporting content and products, those two are more like there is a tie here. Okay, you can add products to big cartel and Shopify in a very easy way. When it comes to product images and galleries, here Shopify wins. Okay, when it comes to mobile apps, Shopify also wins because you are able to actually like with big cartel. Their app allows you to create, edit, and add products, add product images, track order status, manage discounts. But when it comes to Shopify, you have a larger constellation of roles. Okay, the blogging features are nearly inexistent in Big Cartel. And here, when it comes to blogging, Shopify's blogging feature is not better either. Okay, neither of those is great. So yeah, it's a tie. I want to talk to you quickly about e-commerce features, okay? And it's really important to understand that when we talk about e-commerce features, we are having a conversation about payment gateways, product numbers, and product options, managing product collections, okay? And the ability to have access to a breadth and depth of analytics and reporting. So the bottom line here is that if you are actually thinking about Big Cartel versus Shopify, you want to make sure that when it comes to analytics and reporting, for example, what you're seeing in the back end really reconciles pretty nicely with what you're seeing in the front end, right? I'm talking about things like finance reports, sales reports, customer reports, acquisition reports, behavior reports. Those must harmoniously sync with what you're seeing in the front office, if you will. So when we talk about e-commerce features, payment gateways on Big Cartel only uses integrations with external payment providers. Okay. If you think about Shopify's offer, it's just mind-blowing. Shopify lets you connect with over 100 payment gateways. So this really dwarfs Big Cartel's integration with just two official payment methods, Stripe and PayPal. In terms of product numbers and product options, Shopify here is winning big time, okay? In terms of managing product collections here, Shopify's capability when it comes to managing product collections is excellent, okay? Products can be added to a collection manually or automatically. And if you have a large product range, the automatic option can save you a lot of time, okay? In terms of abandoned cart features, here again, Shopify is winning, okay? And what about the point of sale options in Big Cartel and Shopify? Again, here, Shopify wins because Shopify, they even do have their own POS. So, it's not something that the Big Cartel has. But there is one area where Big Cartel clearly wins in our view, and that's like when it comes to selling digital products. Big Cartel is doing a great job here, okay? From audiobooks and music to printable and craft patterns. You can actually sell a lot through Big Cartel, and you can actually you can do so through Shopify also, but the capabilities are there to do so through Big Cartel. Okay, so I just wanted to let you know, and so this is important because if you have to consider Big Cartel, you want to make sure that you have access to everything that they're actually selling to you. Okay. I want to talk to you now quickly about SEO. So Big Cartel, Big Cartel SEO's capabilities are limited, but so are Shopify's. I mean, Shopify has they're not really as big as the Wix when it comes to SEO capabilities or Squarespace. Okay, in this category, those two are really like it's a tie. It's it's easier to get Shopify to meet Google's new Core Web Vitals standards, which are a set of targets relating to the speed and responsiveness of a website. You can do this in Shopify using apps or by editing the site code. Okay, and it's pretty much the same thing when it comes to Big Cartel. Nothing really different here. Okay, I want to quickly talk to you about GDPR. So when we talk about GDPR compliance, I want to quickly talk about the General Data Protection and Data Protection Regulation, which is basically a comprehensive set of European Union rules on data storage and online privacy. So these rules apply to any website that receives visits from the EU, no matter where that website is located. Okay, so it's important to really think about that. So there can be significant financial penalties for breaching GDPR regulations, and large companies such as Google and British Airways have already been fined tens of millions of euros for doing so. But financial penalties for transgressions apply to business owners of any size. Okay, so this is important. Now, one thing I want to say here is that while both Big Cartel and Shopify make it easy enough to meet the first requirements of the first 3 or 4 requirements of GDPR, now sorting out the cookie consent issue requires work on both platforms. What I'm trying to say here is that Big Cartel and Shopify are not like, there's no one that's better than the other when it comes to this cookie consent part of the GDPR thing. It's really important, okay, to sort of mention that so we know what's important when it comes to regulatory compliance. And one thing I also want to say here is that at the end of the day, you have to really think about regulatory compliance, because you might be sitting there and think, all my customers are actually in the States, or I have no customers coming from Europe. You don't know. Like right now, your store is small, maybe, but what about 1 year from now? What about 3 years from now? What if your store actually, are you going to ban European customers from visiting your website? No. So it's just better to actually have all the capabilities right off the bat. So you are well equipped to actually meet any security issue, like not security, any regulatory question. Okay, so this is really important. One thing I want to say before closing this section is that Big Cartel and Shopify could both do more to make GDPR compliance, at least in the area of cookie consent, to make that easier. Okay, so for the record, one platform that handles cookie consent particularly well is eCommerce in our research. Okay, so but the of the 2 platforms on the discussion here, the winner when it comes to GDPR is Shopify slightly, simply because its app store does offer adequate cookie consent banners and Big Cartel's doesn't. I want to talk to you quickly about security. And when we talk about security, we are really talking about, the main advantage of using hosted platforms like Big Cartel and Shopify is what I just said that before, is that the companies that make the software, those 2 companies are taking responsibility for the security of the platform. Okay, so nothing complicated here. This differs, for example, from running a self-hosted WordPress website, where you constantly have to stay on top of software, theme, and plugin updates to ensure there are no security vulnerabilities that could lead to your website getting hacked. Okay, and so there are a couple of Big Cartel versus Shopify security differences worth paying attention to, however. So the 2FA, the two-factor authentication. This is an additional layer of protection used to ensure the security of online accounts beyond the username and password. Okay, so we don't have we couldn't find a 2FA feature on Big Cartel. You have it on Shopify. In terms of PCI compliance, PCI compliance relates to all companies that accept or transmit credit card holder data. Okay, and so basically in this category, Big Cartel is not PCI compliant. Shopify is fully PCI compliant. So when it comes to security, not only when it comes to 2FA and PCI compliance, Shopify clearly wins. What about client service? Customer support here is another area where Shopify really wins. Why? Because Shopify customer supports are the options are very, very many. Okay, you are actually you can talk to someone. You can Big Commerce, forget about it. Big Commerce, they only care about email when you email them to get back to you. That's it. Like, don't even bother. Okay, Big Cartel's only support channel is email. No live chat or phone support is available. Okay, I really don't understand why they're doing it. Like, are they trying to save money so much that they can't really even hire like some customer service rep in some reps in other countries? But hey, it is what it is. So if you are interested, if you want to have full support, you're not going to get it through Big Cartel, okay? And so the company's 12 to 15 support staff are only available Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. through 6 p.m. Eastern, okay? So this is really what it is. On top of that, their customer service is only offered in English, okay? Other e-commerce platforms, including Shopify, offer support in a variety of languages. So the support options offered by Shopify are much more extensive in our view. So Shopify provides chat, email, and phone support, and you can contact the company 24/7. The support materials provided come in over 20 languages too. So you do have the breadth and depth of capabilities here as opposed to Big Cartel. So in this category, when it comes to client service, clearly, the winner is Shopify. So to quickly, let me just quickly recap today's conversation. I mean, I shared a lot of stuff with you, and I just want to quickly summarize here so what's the takeaway? So, well, all things considered, it's hard not to view Shopify as the winner in a big Cartel versus Shopify shootout, right? I mean, the platform provides merchants with a huge range of sales features that Big Cartel simply doesn't. You have an unlimited product inventory, you have more templates, you have abandoned cart recovery, you have a huge app library, you have multi-currency selling, you have product export, you have 24/7 customer support, you have much more, right? Big Cartel has an edge over Shopify, however, when it comes to pricing. It is unquestionably cheaper, and its free plan is more than good enough. Okay, if you want a simple selling, let's say you want a simple selling setup, then Big Cartel might be really the way to go. It's also commendable for its plucky, independent, and ethically minded ethos. This is a good fit for its target audience of creative sellers, okay? But in pure e-commerce terms, if you're really thinking about pure e-commerce terms, Shopify offers pretty much everything you need, whatever your size or industry, and it can facilitate the scaling of your business as it grows. This is important because a lot of folks, online entrepreneurs, they sort of jump onto this e-commerce bandwagon, not thinking about the future. Like, you might be small today, but what if tomorrow you actually become really big? You want to have access to a tool that has the capabilities, that has the resources, that has also the expertise to accompany you on your journey. Okay, so this is really important. So when we talk about Shopify versus BigCommerce, we're thinking about David versus Goliath. I mean, if you are selling a restricted list of products, go with the Big Cartel. But if you want to scale, if you want to have more products, you want to have more capabilities, you want to have more functionalities, you want to have more stuff, you want to actually create a fully fledged store, online store, that is, go with Shopify. If you care about customer support, if you care about 24/7 customer support, if you care about speaking other languages, let's say you're selling to, like, your store is sort of selling to international, like if you're selling to foreign nationals, and so you want to use other languages, having Shopify helps you out because you're able to have access to customer service in a language that you can understand, something you can't have with BigCommerce, with Big Cartel, not BigCommerce, Big Cartel. Thank you so much for your attention. I really appreciate it. In today's conversation, we're doing a quick Big Cartel versus Shopify comparative analysis. So I actually went through the overview, the pricing, the templates and visuals, the CMS, the e-commerce features, the SEO, the GDPR, the security, the client service, and the summary. So in the summary, we think that Big Cartel versus Shopify wins this round, hands down. Thank you so much for your attention. I really appreciate it. God bless you. I'll see you next time. But until then, remember, stay marvelous.